Now, ever since the Benghazi terror attack back in September that killed the U.S. ambassador and 3 other Americans, lawmakers have been trying to get the White House to answer what exactly the president was doing that night. And this weekend, Senator Lindsey proved once again that he means business when it comes to getting that response, that answer. And if he doesn't get these answers soon, he's prepared to take action. Watch this.
I don't think we should allow Brennan to go forward for the CIA directorship, Hagel to be confirmed as Secretary of Defense until the White House gives us an accounting. Did the president ever pick up the phone and call anyone in the Libyan government to help these folks? What did the president do? We know he talked to the Israeli Prime Minister from 8 to 9 on September the 11th about a dust-up of the Democratic platform and the fact he didn't meet the Prime Minister of Israel when he came to New York to visit the UN. But that's not related to Libya. What did he do that night? That's not unfair. The families need to know. The American people need to know.
But let me, I'm not sure I understand. What do you plan to do if they don't give you an answer? Are you going to put a hold on these two nominations?
Yes, I'm going to ask my colleagues, just like they did with John Bolton. Joe Biden said, no confirmation without information, no confirmation without information.
Now, of course, the White House pushed back earlier today, saying that they've already answered all the necessary questions. Oh, really? Joining me with reaction, best-selling author Ann Coulter. No, they didn't. They didn't tell us what Obama was doing. Panetta revealed they didn't talk for 8 hours while this whole thing was going on.
Right.
So you agree with...
And
Go ahead.
It can be important for a president to oversee something like this. I don't know if you remember, but it was directly Reagan ordering the invasion of Grenada, and he was being advised against it. And he said, no, I don't care. There are Americans there. We're going in. And followed it up by saying, don't worry, you can always trust the American people. And this is new information now. I mean, on one hand, it kind of depresses me to keep going through what a shocking outrage Benghazi was, because anyone who cared knew about it before the election, and still Obama was reelected. On the other hand, this is new information. The media was desperately trying to make sure Obama got reelected. You know, maybe they would cover this now. I think whenever you talk about Benghazi, it would be useful to play a little clip of Hillary and Susan Rice claiming it was this Egyptian-American filmmaker out here in L.A. and some silly trailer he put online. I mean, they lie about this. An American is killed, 8 hours go by, and now we find out from the outgoing Defense Secretary that Obama didn't talk to him again. It really is so much more shocking than anything that happened in the Bush administration.
So then here's the next logical question, because between record debt, record deficits, an imperial president shredding the Constitution, doesn't seem to care, dividing the country any way he can, then before, during, and after, they screwed up this thing royally, and they're lying about it. How come he gets away with it? What do Republicans need to do to force the issue more, or is it the American public just checked out?
Well, I hope especially conservatives haven't gotten demoralized and checked out, because there are issues we win on. I mean, that's why I say this is always kind of depressing to talk about Obama's cabinet nominees and things that people who care knew about before the election. But I think we're winning on guns. I think conservatives are going to win, just as they did with John McCain, on amnesty for illegals, but not if they're too demoralized to call their congressmen, write their senators. Yeah, we're probably not going to like Obama's cabinet nominees over the next few years. We still have 2014, and Republicans, I hope, will hold the House. We may pick up the Senate. But, you know, don't be demoralized, Republicans. That gun debate, it's curious how the gun debate started with, this time is different, we're pushing gun control, and just a few weeks go by, and it seems to have kind of petered out.
You know, we had on the program
Dr.
Ben Carson. He's a pediatric neurosurgeon, and he was the guy that confronted Obama over medical savings account, the debt, the deficit. And I'm watching his speech, and then I interviewed him, and I'm thinking, why don't Republicans say what he's saying? Because common sense, it's appealing, it resonates.
Right, and
why aren't they saying these things?
It was so magnificent. And you say he confronted Obama over these things. It really wasn't that confrontational. It was just pure common sense and many wonderful parables and lots of citations to the Bible and rejections of political correctness.
He may be your new Governor
It
Christie.
really was just common sense. And I agree with him that we need more doctors and fewer lawyers in Congress.
Yeah, and you say that as a lawyer, which is interesting. But I'm just thinking from a pure, look, I don't want to hear, Obama won the election, that's over. I just want tactical, strategic battles that are taking place. I don't think this is hard. They've got to be the party that will balance the budget, secure the border. They're going to be the party that will bring us to energy independence. Those aren't complicated things, Ann. Save Social Security?
Right. One thing that I think one thing that would help is I mean, just recognize that for some reason, Obama is personally appealing. You don't see it, but he is charming. People like him. That is not transferable to Joe Biden. That is not transferable to Hillary Clinton. When you take it down issue by issue, like on guns, like on amnesty, like on raising taxes, the size of government, the deficit, that is where Republicans win, and that's what we should be talking about.
All right, so if they stick to a very simple agenda, do you agree with those that say that maybe Republicans stay off the social issues, or if you talk about it, hey, if you're going to run for office, have an answer for abortion? I mean, that's fair.
Right. No, I mean, what was so upsetting to pro-lifers like me about Aiken and Murdoch mulling about what should happen to a woman in the case of rape and whether she should have an abortion is all of the hard work done by intelligent pro-lifers, winning issue after issue, raising partial birth abortion and things like parental notification. How about we want to save the 99% of babies who are not the result of rape and incest? And by the way, we're the ones who want to put the rapist in prison. Some of us would like to give them the death penalty, but the Supreme Court said no to that. Yeah. That's on criminal issues, on locking up the mentally ill, on women being able to have concealed carry to protect themselves, on not granting amnesty to illegal aliens. That's where Republicans win, not on look what Obama did a couple of years ago.
Ann Coulter, good to see you. We need the three legs of that stool, as Reagan said. Good. Thanks for being with us.